The phenomenal piece of cosmic exploration and investigation, Voyager 1, has been roaming the nearby cosmos for 45 years, backed by sophisticated instruments and a genius team of scientists. The probe has been sending data back to us, but now this probe seems to have encountered something in deep space, triggering a disturbing data relay. NASA fears this data may be in response to a secret message it sent to aliens many years ago when this probe was launched. What secret message did NASA send to aliens on Voyager? What response was triggered and how? What does this tell us about the existence of aliens? Join us in this video, as Voyager 1 sent a message to aliens 45 years ago, and we just received an answer. There's nothing more fascinating than exploring the vast reaches of the universe and uncovering the mesmerizing world of space beyond the stars. From time immemorial, humans have been fascinated by what lies beyond the stars, and many questions about our cosmic existence have probed us to research and explore time and space. The search for answers has led to amazing discoveries and breakthroughs in cosmology, as well as fascinating feats for astronomers and scientists alike. One such feat was the launch of Voyager 1. The launch of the Voyager 1 space probe was one of the most phenomenal moments in the history of space exploration. Launched from Cape Canaveral on September 5, 1977, this probe had the mission of exploring the distant planets of our solar system and the interstellar medium beyond our solar system. NASA built the Voyager with ideas and modifications based on its predecessor, the Pioneer 10 spacecraft. Voyager 1's engines were designed to be more effective and to withstand more radiation. Even before launch, NASA engineers wrapped certain cables and sensitive parts with aluminum foil to provide further protection from cosmic rays and radiation. In addition, Voyager 1 was equipped with instruments like stabilization gyroscopes, 8 backup thrusters, a 12-meter diameter antenna, and a digital tape recorder. Voyager 1 was launched just 2 weeks after the launch of Voyager 2, however, after overtaking its twin probe, NASA renamed it Voyager 1. This probe was the first to conduct a flyby of planets like Jupiter, Uranus, and Neptune. From snapping breathtaking images of these planets to revealing mind-blowing features like the volcanoes on Io and the dust storm on Jupiter, Voyager 1 did it all. Voyager 1 and 2 were built to last. Scientists built them to utilize the force of gravity from planets to get extra push across space. Voyager 1 took a direct course through the asteroid belt, a region of space where most of the asteroids in our solar system are located. Miraculously, the Voyager probe survived the asteroid belt and navigated safely across, zooming past Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune in no time. But that wasn't the only miracle of this probe. It reached the edge of our solar system and broke into interstellar space, something no other probe had done. Thanks to this miracle, scientists finally had hands-on data from the vast region of interstellar space. Before Voyager 1, all we had were theories, assumptions, and mere snippets of what interstellar space looked like. This cosmic wonder is the region of space between stars and star systems, filled with cosmic radiation, dust, gas, and much more. Initially, when Voyager 1 entered interstellar space, it was very disoriented, and the control tower at NASA was overwhelmed by the strange readings being received. The crazy data made some scientists suggest that something may have hit Voyager 1 in space or tampered with it. Some other theorists suggested that intelligent life forms may be trying to communicate a message back to us via the probe, or that Voyager may first have picked up some communication streams of extraterrestrials gliding through interstellar space like radio waves and channeled them back to Earth. And so many saw the data as some hidden code that needed to be deciphered. But then, some other members of the scientific community noticed it could be a defect, an error of some sort. They were right. It turned out that the crazy, off-putting data experts at NASA were receiving was due to an issue with the Voyager's receiver, also called the Attitude Articulation and Control System, AACS. The Attitude Articulation and Control System helps keep Voyager 1 properly oriented. This system keeps the Voyager antennas pointed directly at Earth at all times so it can send and receive signals perfectly. Some experts suggest that the AACS may be getting old and not functioning as it should. This is why the telemetry data being sent back to Earth is wrong. Suzanne Dodd, project manager for Voyager 1 and 2 at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Southern California, had this to say: "The spacecraft are both almost 45 years old, which is far beyond what the mission plan has anticipated. We're also in interstellar space, a high radiation environment that no spacecraft has flown in, so there are some big challenges for the engineering team. But I think if there's a way to solve this issue with the AACS, our team will find it." Scientists are unsure if this turn of events would affect the longevity or performance of the Voyager. Voyager 1 was built with the ability to go into safe mode if any severe issue occurred. So far, the space probe hasn't activated safe mode, making scientists believe that not much has gone wrong with their miracle probe. Moreover, Voyager 1's signal hasn't weakened all these years, suggesting that its antenna is still as sharp as ever and in the right position. Currently, Voyager 1 is at a distance of 23.3 billion kilometers from Earth, and it takes about 2 days for messages sent from the control tower to reach Voyager 2 in interstellar space. In case you're wondering how scientists can manage to communicate with this probe billions of kilometers away, it's all thanks to the Deep Space Network. NASA's Deep Space Network is a worldwide network of spacecraft communication infrastructure, including satellites, telescopes, and so on. These facilities are scattered across the US, Australia, and Spain. The stations collectively provide constant observation of spacecraft while aiding communication to and fro space vessels. This makes the Deep Space Network the most phenomenal scientific telecommunication system in the world. Usually, Voyager 1 transmits data over the Deep Space Network Channel 18 using frequencies of either 8.4 or 2.3 GHz. Transmissions from Earth to Voyager are done at a frequency of 2.1 GHz. Voyager 1's data has been crucial to the scientific community, so you can imagine the confusion when it started returning data that seemed impossible from deep space. Despite the offsetting data error, scientists gained a lot more from Voyager 1 crossing into interstellar space. They learned about the elusive edge of our solar system, the heliosphere. The heliosphere is a giant bubble of charged solar particles surrounding the solar system. The particles extend to the edge of our solar system, where they get impeded by the interstellar medium. So, the heliosphere is more like the protective shield that the Sun forms around our solar system. Thanks to this, we have some kind of defense against radiation from other parts of the cosmos. The Sun's own particle streams get released into interstellar space, but not without some conflict. At the point where the Sun's flares and other cosmic rays from interstellar space meet, it's called the termination shock. Here, the solar rays or solar wind begin to lose speed. After the termination shock comes the heliosheath, where solar wind particles get reflected back into the solar system due to the magnetic field of the interstellar medium. At the outer boundary of the heliosheath is the heliopause, the final outer boundary of our solar system, located about 150 million kilometers away from the Sun. Beyond that lies the interstellar medium, the region of space between stars that contains gas, dust, and radiation beyond your imagination. Of course, it's all thanks to Voyager 1 that we know so much about the heliosphere and its many constituents. On August 25, 2012, Voyager 1 officially broke through the heliosphere. However, unlike what many members of the scientific community had predicted, the Sun's influence extended a bit farther into interstellar space. Some traces of solar rays were detected after Voyager 1 entered interstellar space. With data from Voyager 1, scientists finally knew what interstellar gas emissions in the interstellar medium sounded like. They're faint and monotone sounds, mainly because they occur in a narrow frequency bandwidth. Scientists detected something like a steady, persistent humming sound made by interstellar gas. Voyager's plasma wave system instrument also detected oscillations in the gas, most likely caused by emissions from our Sun. Voyager 1 was truly a miracle probe. Not only did it surpass expectations in terms of distance traveled, but also in terms of longevity. For over 45 years, this probe has been rummaging through the vast world of space, picking up signals and sending them back to Earth. It's important to note that Voyager 1's longevity is partly thanks to the modifications and adjustments made to enable it to conserve power. NASA scientists had to shut down Voyager 1's cameras and other non-essential systems like instrument heaters to minimize its power consumption. Voyager 1 was built with sophisticated cameras, including the high-resolution narrow-angle camera and the sensitive wide-angle camera. However, these have long been shut down. Only instruments like the cosmic ray system, the plasma wave subsystem, and a few others are still active. The last photo shot of this space probe was a snapshot of the Earth from a distance billions of kilometers away. The image, which shows the Earth as a tiny dot amid a vast universe, has long been nicknamed the pale blue dot. This last image from Voyager 1 took the scientific community by storm, giving us a perspective of how small our planet is compared to the vast universe out there. There's no better way to put it, our planet is like a speck in an enveloping cosmic wonderland. Given the vastness of the universe, it's little wonder why many experts and researchers have long suspected that there may be something or some species out there apart from us. Even as far back as 1977, scientists still weren't sure whether or not there were aliens in the cosmos. Due to this curiosity, NASA scientists did something unique with the Voyager probes. Instead of just equipping these probes with instruments for observation and recording, they also put some pre-recorded information inside a special golden disc attached to Voyager 1. NASA stored recordings of several contents picked from various aspects of human endeavor that would give anyone a broad spectrum of our human world. The hand-picked contents of the disc include natural sounds such as the sound of thunder and waves, different songs from different cultures, greetings in 55 different languages, over 100 different images encoded with a special code, and a special message. Everything was compiled to showcase the Earth and its people, animals, science, and so on. Both discs were designed like records with a diameter of 12 inches. The discs are covered with a protective aluminum sleeve engraved with uranium-238. Scientists also added a needle and some drawings with instructions on how to play the recording on the disc. Voyager 1 wasn't the only probe equipped with this arsenal. Voyager 2 also had an information disc of its own. The idea behind these records was to symbolize or represent what life on Earth was like. In other words, NASA was sending a message to anyone or any aliens out there who could coincidentally encounter the Voyager probes, giving them an idea of what life on Earth was like. Although it may seem a bit odd that scientists would imagine that an alien spaceship of some sort would bump into the Voyager probes, the idea wasn't too far off. Even as far back as the 1970s, there had already been many rumors of aliens and UFOs. Many folks at the time believed UFOs were alien spacecraft. The fact that many sightings of these UFOs have been reported here on Earth is just suspicious. Many conspiracy theorists and even members of the scientific community were of the opinion that these UFOs were coming in from outer space. So, if so many UFOs were found here on Earth, isn't it possible that there are lots more out there in space? This is probably the same question NASA pondered when they launched the Voyager probes into space. In the peradventure, there are some extraterrestrials out there who may chance upon the Voyager probes. NASA didn't want to miss the opportunity to show them who we are and what our planet looks like. And so, you could say that we were sending a message to aliens. But then, did the aliens reply? And if yes, what did they say? Well, it would surprise you that Voyager 1 has been sending back some strange signals to scientists. Some of these signals are so disturbing that scientists suspect they may be a hidden language or code from extraterrestrials. And yes, we're talking about more strange data coming after the initial crazy data that came from a faulty AACS. This time it wasn't just a barrage of confusing signals, rather, it was more like Voyager 1 had encountered astrogate force, which according to scientists, shouldn't exist. This has caused serious speculation in the scientific community, and many fingers are again pointing at extraterrestrials. However, there was no proof of this assumption. Scientists had no way to verify if Voyager 1 had encountered a strange force or being. Unfortunately, many vital instruments like cameras and a few sensors had been shut down to save power. There was no way to see what this force was. Perhaps if Voyager's cameras were still functional, this mysterious force, as well as the other strange data received earlier, wouldn't be so much of a mystery. However, even if extraterrestrials were responsible for these strange happenings around Voyager 1, there's still a mystery about their origins. The space between stars and galaxies is so vast that an object like Voyager 1 would need to travel for over 10,000 years to get to other major star systems in outer space. Seeing that Voyager 1 merely crossed our solar boundary in 2012, there's little chance it has already encountered an alien or extraterrestrial species. The only exception would be unless such extraterrestrials exist just on the outskirts of our solar system. However, so far, no scientific data has prompted the idea or suspicion that aliens exist in any of the star systems around us. The closest star system to us is Alpha Centauri, at a distance of about 40,000 billion kilometers. The star system consists of 3 stars, Alpha Centauri A, B, and C. Alpha Centauri C, also called Proxima Centauri, has been quite fascinating to scientists for several reasons. First,